This is part 2 of a 2-part series. Click on the top right card or the link in the description for part 1, though you can start with this one. Alright, we're done with the ingredients from critters with a brain. Now to fungi and flowers, toadstools and tulips. We'll also be analyzing everything else, like these 3 sneaky stardust. The main difference between fungi and plants is that plants make their own energy, while fungi digest food, like garbage. All Skyrim fungi are mushrooms except for one. The inky cap is a striking resemblance to the bleeding crown. Inky caps are edible despite their strong colors, but can be poisonous if mixed with alcohol. I'm going with the sickener for this one, which would make a cool metal band name. It's not a perfect match, cause blisterworts aren't poisonous, but it does resemble it the strongest. The only reason why this thing is in the fungus category is because it might be based on this thing, the starfish fungus, which frankly looks like a circumcision gone horribly wrong. Fly amanita is straight up the common name of Amanita muscaria, aka the red cap, arguably the most famous mushroom next to the kind put on pizza, which is underrated as an ingredient by the way. Fuck pepperoni, fuck Hawaiian, beef and mushroom is where it's at. Red caps are also the mushroom that makes you high, so take from that what you may. The bitter oyster is a species of glowing mushrooms that look really freaking cool. They are too small and bitter to be eaten however. Stick to your ecto coolers. For the imp stool, I'm going with the honey fungus for my money. Like the bitter oyster, honey fungus is completely edible, as long as you aren't allergic, and tastes sweet and nutty. Tapinella grow on tree stumps, which is exactly where you can harvest these suckers. Tapinella is not generally considered edible, but it is eaten in some parts of Eastern Europe. There isn't an exact match, but I'm going with the blusher, which is the cutest name for anything. Look, it's close enough, alright? Anyways, they're edible and tasty. The shaggy, scaly cap looks like a high schooler with acne. They are edible and taste like me. Get it? Cause turnip swamp fungal pods resemble this thing, which is the most unsettling mushroom I've ever seen. These things aren't edible. There are a lot of white mushrooms, but I'm going with Amanita phalloides, or the death cap, a deadly species of mushroom that is able to locomote, though they are fairly easy to defeat. The only non-mushroom, there is such a thing as lichen in real life, but it looks nothing like the one in-game. The one in-game looks like carrots with
nondescript disease.
Anyways, lichens are these things that grow on trees.
Ew.
Mountain flowers come in all shapes and colors, so I'm not gonna talk about them one by one. Real quick, Blue Mountain Alpine, Purple Mountain Majesty, Wood Lily, and Arnica montana. None of these flowers are recommended for consumption. These are blue honeywort and are surprisingly safe to eat despite their Skyrim counterpart having the scariest fucking name of all Skyrim things. Speaking of scary names, Dragon's Tongue. Sounds epic. In real life though, they're much less epic. The flowers don't even look like the ones in-game, come on Todd. They do make delicious beans though. Harebells are these majestic things that Marie from Breaking Bad would probably enjoy stealing. They are mostly decorative plants. Not much info on their effects when ingested. Lavender is completely edible and has de-stressing and sleeping effects. It's also the essential oil fragrance of choice sold by your high school bully. Deadly nightshade, which is different from the flowering plants that eventually grow into common vegetables like tomatoes, eggplants, and peppers, are extremely toxic balls from hell that cause delirium and hallucinations. Not a perfect match, but the chubby source flower reminds me of the Rafflesia. Every part of the plant is poisonous, so be careful not to get f***ed. Thistle are prickly flowering plants that can be eaten if you really want to, but it's better to be left as a food source for bees. Scratch that. Leave it for bees, or this will happen to you.
That's wow.
Your guess is as good as mine, honestly. These first 3 just look like dried up dead root, though they do resemble bristlecone pines, which aren't exactly edible or nutritious. Taproot are Spriggan swirly core. Taproot in the real world are just straight tapering roots that grow vertically downward. Activated charcoal is actually a thing, though the science behind them is dubious. Gordon hates them though.
Do I really want to take my daughters for an ice cream and eat fucking charcoal with vanilla? Not really, no. So these guys developing this shit got too much fucking time on their hands.
Those brigands don't exist, sadly. Sap is edible and is usable as a breakfast syrup. There is a type of moss that hangs on trees called the text on screen right now. Moss is edible, but are suggested to only be consumed as a last resort, like when you're trapped in a cave or something. Nern root resemble the leafy parts of dandelions. Sadly, no plant makes sounds quite like the Skyrim leaf. Also, white roses can absorb colored water and change color. Maybe there's something in the soil for Nern roots to change color? House leeks aren't capable of powering a human body like the arc reactor in-game briar hearts could. But they are succulents used in salad. Elf's ear is just bay leaf pretty much. It has a ton of vitamins and is used in stuff like rice dishes. The name Frost Miriam sounds like it'd be a name for a champion in some sort of Chinese mobile league ripoff. Anyways, it's pretty much parsley, which has a whole mess of vitamins. Fruits of Skyrim. These are just grapes. Grapes have all the vitamins of typical fruit, and it can help with a whole slew of diseases. Juniper berries are these little things produced by juniper trees. They're not true berries, and they're typically used as flavoring for bitter food, gin, and yes, mead.
With juniper berries mixed in.
Snowberries are hardy berries commonly used not for eating, but more as a decorative shrub in gardens. I remember going to my cousin's farm when I was a kid, and I swear, these grass seed pod things are the most annoying pieces of shit. Like, they would stick to my sock like a middle-aged person would stick to pandemic conspiracy theories. Red aloe vera contains all of these juicy nutrients. It also makes sense for this to be equivalent to the Skyrim's Katakra, because Morrowind is a more desert-like region, while red aloe vera is a succulent that grows in dry regions. Cotton grass are flowering plants found all over the northern hemisphere. Bread. Everything else. Alright, we got salts. This one's just salt. Great taste, but bad on your kidneys. You can harvest copious amounts of it from any big game subreddit. In one of the most annoying side quests in the game, Balimon the Friften asks you to collect 10 fire salts for his forge. Ammonium dichromate is a compound used for pyrotechnics and was originally used for these volcano science fair things. But it became unpopular because, no joke, it can cause cancer. Though not enchanted with ice powers, frost salts resemble selgris, which is a slightly bluer, grayer salt. Potassium permanganate is a dark purple salt that has a wide variety of uses, such as purifying water, disinfecting wounds, and starting fires. I forgot to place these two in the first video. Whoops. Crushed pearl powder is actually used in Asian hospitals to promote healing. Pretty cool. Bone meal is grounded up animal bones and is used as fertilizer. It's definitely not Minecraft bone meal levels of efficiency. Bone meal also comes in a supplement form, which is good for bones and teeth.
If I could harvest a demon's heart, I would.
Regular edible hearts are rich in vitamin B12, iron, and zinc. Crude oil requires a certain amount to be drank before being able to kill someone. It shares this attribute with other sui drinks, such as bleach or Pepsi. The heftier the man, the more it takes. Ghosts are not real, first of all. Slime mold are neither fungi or plants, but are protists, and look like our ectoplasmic Skyrim variety. Not much on eating slime mold, unfortunately. This is just the stuff inside glow sticks probably, which is hydrogen peroxide and dye usually. Like polar bear teeth? Or just regular icicles? Ice dildo. We've already gone through cremation ash. Not much more to add. Let's wrap this video up. This just looks like the skin you peel off. Or like, ooh, you know, like when you put glue on your hand then peel it off? Yeah, that one. And that's it. This one's much shorter than the other one, because there isn't too much to talk about with these ingredients. And I also want to get to work on the next video. No spoilers, but it's gonna be a leak video, so stay tuned for that. As always, leave a like and comment, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, that's about it. Salamat at mag-ingat kayo.